So check it out, right? You know, so as far as the media, right? You know,
Right.
What we've been seeing in the media, obviously, is we've been seeing and hearing about these police shootings.
Police shootings a lot. Yeah.
Okay, look,
Definitely.
we're dying out here. People are getting
People
killed.
are dying.
We're getting killed. Black people are getting killed, and they're unarmed. Okay, that's what's happening. We're seeing more and more cases of this happening in the media. Now we know, obviously, this is the technology era. People have cell phones, their video, you know what I'm saying, their camcorders, video recorders, you know what I'm saying, able to do all of this and capture this media. This is good, you know what I'm saying. We're able to capture our own media and content and get it out there. So a lot of this shit that's been happening that hasn't been captured, we're able to see it now, right?
Right.
So what I wanted to just touch on, right? You know, Black Lives Matter, the All Lives Matter conversation. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to give my input on it.
I was curious
if you want
what your input was.
If you want to touch on it, you can. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I want to give the breakdown from my perspective of it, you know, because before things because things are going to continue to get blown up in the media, people get confused, you know what I'm saying, of how it's portrayed. It might be portrayed differently on CNN.
Everybody has a different perception of the situation.
Not everybody, but some.
A lot of people have similar
do.
perceptions, but everybody has a different point of view in some way. And a lot of people agree on different facts, but at the same time, a lot of people disagree. And that doesn't mean they're both wrong.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's really necessarily about disagreement. It's about understanding. Look, when you make the statement Black Lives Matter, it's not a statement that should come into question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course,
that's not something that should be questioned.
Definitely.
Okay, but the reason Black Lives Matter is a movement that was started by a group of people. You know what I'm saying? You can do your research and see. Black Lives Matter is a movement that was started by a group of people due to injustice. What's the injustice? The injustice is unarmed blacks being killed by police. And I mean that's the negative shit that happened. But the injustice is police who are killing people are not facing the same penalties as everybody else when things happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's easy to beat the case. It's easy to just walk in, walk out, okay, a couple days off without pay. I'm back on the job. I'm doing my job. You just took a son away from a mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at George Zimmerman. He went and sold the gun.
That's where it started at.
That's where it started
at, right after the
free.
Zimmerman situation.
He's a free man.
So the thing is this, the justice system has been showing us that Black lives don't matter, okay? There's been a lot of, there's some memes out there and things like that are explaining it for the people who are simple. But the justice system has been showing us that Black lives don't matter. So therefore, the movement had to come out and say, hashtag Black lives do matter. Now, here's the thing.
Right.
You have people, responding to Black Lives Matter with all lives matter. Do all lives matter? Of course, all lives matter.
Yeah.
Of course, all lives matter. But, there's been different, a couple people have used the analogies, it's been said by Talib Kweli. I heard, reference from Taxstone, reference from other people I've seen on Facebook and things like that. It's like saying, okay, do all houses matter? Yes, all houses do matter. But you know what? Our house is the one that's on fire right now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we have a fire in our house, so we need the water.
Focus
we need
on
the
that.
help
right
now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're saying, oh yeah, all lives matter, but your house is not the one that's on fire right now. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the focus is. All lives matter. Yes, we know that, but it's really a ignorant response to something that's to a conscious awareness of what's trying to be focused on. We're trying to focus on the fact that, hey, we matter. Stop killing us and, have some accountability. Give some penalty for these police and for the justice system that's You know what I'm saying? Fucking over these families and just letting them lose their kids, their fathers, you know what I'm saying, mothers and their family, and not having any penalty to it.
See, now I agree with you, first of all, 100% with everything you're saying. I just want to bring up this just to like throw something in your brain to you know, so people can think on this. Like, now all houses matter, you know what I mean? Black houses matter, but the black house is on fire right now, you know what I'm saying? But what if all the houses that were just poor, that were just low income houses, you know what I mean, not mansions, what if all those were on fire? But they're only focusing on one because they know that they can get a big controversial argument out of it and get all those poor income houses to argue about whose house is on fire, while the rich people in the mansions are just building their mansions bigger and bigger. That's kind of how I see this situation right now. You know, I see it as a classism thing. And of course, black lives do matter, and they should, and it's been a big thing. Black people have been, you know, on the negative side of a lot of controversy for a long time in America right now. And I mean, we already know about slavery. We know, you know, and we just know about the media and how they've treated people, the police and how they've treated people. It's been horrible. You know what I mean?
When you say controversy, you mean slavery, oppression, like?
Yeah, it's way more than centuries. I can sit here and say right now. There's just so much that's been going on for such a long time now that I feel like we just all need to wake up and realize that it is a bigger picture.
So that goes back into like basically, you know, what I feel like I wanted to say, right? You know, there's a lot of confusion in the air.
There's a lot, yeah.
Like you know, black people have been on the downside of history in this country for as long as the country's history goes, right?
Exactly.
You know, we're in a new day and age, a new generation. We're still facing the residual effects of slavery from what we have been through before, right? But here we have an opportunity, not for nothing, you know what I'm saying? This is an analogy, I don't know how good it is, but on some Martin Luther King shit, you have me and you. We're doing this podcast together. Black, white, race doesn't matter. We're connected, right? And we're both speaking at the same time, right? So this is an opportunity for us to connect with multiple people, right? Mm-hmm. So here we are. This is us speaking on it. But the thing is, I'm getting to my point. Almost lost my point.
Nah, you lose nothing.
But yo, that was some real shit right there, though. But basically the point is, man, there's the conversation needs to be had, you know what I'm saying? And this is it. Okay, I'm back. I got my point.
Need to be had.
So this is what it is, right? We're in a new generation, new time frame, right?
Right.
We're still facing some negative things today as blacks, but okay, right? I didn't go through what my ancestors went through.
No.
You didn't go through or do what your ancestors did, right?
Yeah.
We're in a new place, new level of consciousness, new Martin Luther King's dream. We're pretty close to it right now, right? You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. We're a different generation of people, right? So you got people saying Black Lives Matter. First off, with Black Lives Matter, it started as a movement. It was a movement. Did they get followers to the movement? Yes. It's not a gang. It's not a terrorist group. It's not none of that shit, right? It started as an actual movement. Just because you're black doesn't make you part of the Black Lives Matter movement. Just because you put up a hashtag and you believe that Black Lives Matter doesn't make you part of the movement. So have understanding in that. That's number one. All lives matter. I don't know if that, I personally don't know if that's a specific movement, but I know it's a hashtag, I know it's a belief, I know it's something that people say, right? So check it out.
Yeah, it's something.
People say that. Black people say it, Latino people say it, white people say it. I've had conversations with people. It's a belief, but here's the thing, it's not an official movement, right? So during this process, here we are, you know what I mean, black man, white man, we're here today, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of uneducated people. A lot of us were not fully educated. Us generating and having conversation, I feel like especially of us who go through and have been through the experience, it's our job not to necessarily have tension, have hatred towards other people, other races, you know what I mean, and all the animosity, but we gotta educate each other and do our best to educate each other. You know what I mean? White people don't know what it's like to be black in most cases. You know what I'm saying? We don't, the shoes don't fit on the other feet, and it goes through all races. So just, generating conversation, man. Stay woke. Don't believe everything you know what I mean? Don't believe everything you hear. Only believe half of what you see. Generate conversation, man. Move with love. You know what I mean? And don't jump to conclusions, man. That's basically what I want to say about that, man.
That says it all, right? That doesn't say it all, but it says a lot.
It doesn't say it all, man.
That says a lot. I mean, don't believe everything you see. You know what I'm saying? That goes for a lot right now.
Those snipers wasn't part of Black Lives Movement.
No, definitely not. But they're trying to pin it on them.
Yeah,
they're trying to pin it on them.
The thing, man.
They're trying to start a race war, man. I feel like this whole thing's been orchestrated. I don't have any proof. That's just my personal feeling. You might not believe that, but I feel like in some way, the new, like I said, the agenda of the news companies and the news corporations, they have like a plan to do something. They want to inform or push us to think a certain way. I personally think that they're doing the same thing they've been doing for thousands of years. And hold on, let me just get this across. They've been doing the same thing they've been doing for thousands of years. And that is, they start wars, and this is all over the world. I'm talking about the elite, super rich, Rockefellers, and whoever else it is out there. You know the 13 families or whatever, whoever owns the money. You know what I'm saying? They start wars, they get two countries to fight each other. And
races.
A huge bloodbath of whatever. It could be a race, could be a country, it could be a religion, and it's usually all three. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a big bloodbath. They come in and they get contracts made to rebuild the city, and they just make so much bread off of that. They make so much money off of these wars, and they're sitting back watching people fight and kill each other. So I believe it's the same thing going on in America with just the whole thing. And I'm not saying the Black Lives movement or anything, the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't believe that they're part of it, but I think they're being used by some higher ups that are just orchestrated all of this. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. That's the key thing. You know what I mean? It's about having understanding. Don't. A lot of people, like I said, me and you know what I'm saying? Like you're very familiar and aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? You as an example, you have a higher understanding of black culture than a lot of other people do in this country. I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying that I'm not gassing you. I'm not trying to gas you.
No, I understand what you mean.
I'm not trying to gas you. But it's not even about this is the point that I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to gas you. I'm not trying to say, you know what I mean, he's the know-it-all. Look, I'm not trying to say none of that shit. What I'm saying is, I'm using you as an example. You from South Jersey, we from the same place. Look, man, across the country in certain places, name a state. Name a state, you know what I mean, across the country somewhere. You know what I mean? People are very sheltered to their own, to their own culture, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are in a specific habitat and they're not very knowledgeable of what is, let's give an example, right? New Jersey, okay, New York, it's a melting pot, you know what I mean? A lot of places on the East Coast like that, we're very culturally mixed, you know what I'm saying? We're in the mix with everybody. We see everybody everywhere, Latino, Asian,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Black, white. Certain places are not like that, and certain people, they don't know it from personal experience, so it's easier for them to believe what they hear on the news. They don't know what it's like to you know what I'm saying, to be around black people.
Some people might not personally know a black person in their life.
I mean, look.
I don't even like saying that black and white.
Yeah, but you know, you don't like to, but I mean, real shit is, you know,
we're all different races.
I don't like to talk about this shit, you feel me? But here we are, and this is what's happening, right? So we just giving perspective, right?
Yeah, right.
People who's not familiar with the actual experience, it's gonna be easier for them to believe what they see on TV and the things they hear, you know what I mean? So when they put a hashtag or they put a certain movement and they tie it with a negative event, you know what I mean? That's something that happens to all of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
They create boogeymen. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm not even trying to get all political and all on my conspiracy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I say that for you. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I be on my conspiracy shit.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to get all on that. But like, I'm talking as just a regular man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't believe everything you hear. Do your best to educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not what you believe. You know what I mean? Are black people upset that we're dying? Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
But
you know what I'm saying?
why
But
should
but
I not
we're
be
not
upset about
but
that?
we're not.
I'm upset too.
We're not out here. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to. You know, everybody's not out here wanting to kill people. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you know, so just like, you know, the Blue Lives Matter.
Blue lives
Next
do
hashtag.
matter.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, blue lives do matter, of course, but you know what I'm saying? We got to look at the context of it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, don't, you know, do a parade and you know what I'm saying, a big event and all this and that to celebrate the police that died, and you're not doing the same thing for the black people that died.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Don't come through with a rebuttal of blue lives matter. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's
I
just some of
really
the
have
things,
a
man.
problem with today's police force and how they put people in blue uniforms with a badge. They put them above human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will not care if they got away with it and they killed somebody on the street, like they did with all these cases that we're talking about. You know, starting with Trayvon Martin and everything. If they killed somebody, they would have a lot less remorse towards the dead bodies of Americans than they do when a policeman is killed. If somebody's a cop killer, and then and that person goes to a courtroom, they're
So
getting the
automatic
maximum
penalty.
penalties right there. You know what I'm saying? Just because they killed
I mean,
somebody that's
something
law enforcement, which that person is probably corrupt. That law enforcement, you know what I'm saying? They may or may not have had it coming to them. You know what I'm saying? But why is it that they believe? There's a huge bias. They believe that blue lives matter more than all lives, I feel like. That is a problem. And blue lives do matter, but I believe that us humans and Americans, our lives matter more, I would say, because blue lives are really supposed to be protecting us. I don't really feel like that's the case nowadays.
Let me just
you know what I'm saying?
quick
But
shout
let me
out.
keep going.